Hello everyone, Dan here from Sherp Tire. Unfortunately, I got a hole in one of my tires, and this whole video is describing the whole ordeal I went through to get everything back in order. Hope you enjoy it. Appreciate you subscribing and liking and commenting and all that stuff. Go from there. Alrighty, so I came out of here and I heard a small leak. I did not hear that earlier this morning, but what's happening is, the sun is coming out. It's getting a lot warmer, which is making the tire pressure increase, which is causing more pressure. And I don't know if you're going to be able to hear this or not. But listen if you can hear it, the difference with my finger. So what I did is I busted the bead on the inside. Also, in addition to this right here. So I took the stop and go kit initially and I tried to put that in there. I think I got more than enough video on all that. I don't remember. And then I used the kit in the inside of the Sherp. We got this on here, and then we took a torch, heated it up a little bit to try to make it seal a little bit better. And it seems to work, but I'm sure it's not going to last because as obstacles rub against this, I'm sure it's going to rub off. So we're going to take this whole thing, probably take the tire off, take it to some professional, see if they can patch it from the inside, possibly something on the outside too that would be smooth. And I will take a tire off of the trailer. Glad I planned for that and put that on here. Alright, so as we talked about before, we're going to take this tire and put it on the Sherp. So how are we going to get this tire off and put it on the other Sherp? The easiest thing to do is to just have blocks that would go right underneath here, lift this up about, I don't know, an inch, just so this is off the ground. So you have one in this corner, one in that corner, and then so forth all the way around. And then this will be completely off the ground. We can pull the tire off of this and then put it on the Sherp. We have to do the same thing with the Sherp. Again, to take this off, you take off all of these bolts, which removes this ring, which allows you to take out this gas tank, which in the inside exposes all the lug nuts. So when we take this off, we need to be careful as to not to disturb the CO from the tire to the inside of the rim. There's Permatex gasket around there on the inside of it. Otherwise, we have to go and reseal it, and that wouldn't be pleasant. So, in the meantime, again, what I'm going to do is go out and actually cut down a tree quickly and just make 4 blocks at the height that we need. But I'm not going to show you what the height we need on camera is because it's going to take 2 of us, and I have a helper right now. We'll go from there. Yep, you too. See you soon. All right, so what we're going to do, we're going to cut this chunk of maple off, and then we're going to make 8 chunks, again, as supports. 1 at 20 inches, 1 at 25 inches. 20 inches for the Sherp, 25 is for the Sherp trailer. So again, we're using the Stihl 362C chainsaw, professional grade one. Really like this saw. Except for the first tanks again, it was a piece of garbage at first. I had to put about 8 tanks of fuel through, and now it's just absolutely great. My guess is it'll take 3 pulls. Temperature outside probably right now is about 30 degrees, but it was 10 degrees last night, so it still is kind of cold. So it's a 3 pulls, right? 1, 2. Oh my golly, I was right. We got her done. Trees down. We got 4 25s and 4 20-inch ones. We'll see if this all works. We might have to do a little bit of tweaking on them. But much easier to do it. Can do this in the bush too, by the way, and the silky saw would be able to do this, but it would take a long time. Unless Julie was doing it, she'd have it done quick. All right, we got her in, got her off the trailer. Came in, did it old style, just went and got some 4 logs, cut them to the approximate length, then throw some 2x4s underneath it. We'll let the air out of the tires in order to get the tire off. So again, the main reason that we thought we were taking this thing off is because we punctured a hole in it, and I'm guessing we were doing something backwards in the water and we hit something that was metal and it ripped it. I have absolutely no idea. But as we came back in and we started to get these warmer temperatures, today's probably got up to, I don't know, it's probably 40 degrees outside. Everything started to melt, and I don't know what that is there. Hear that? I don't think it's possessed by the devil. I think what we got going there is a tire bead leak. So we'll get that done at the same time we get this tire patched and kind of go from there. So I just take 2x4s and I shove them in, or 1x2s, or whatever it is that you have laying around, and then just let it down. And then when you let the air out of the tires, you have more room. And you can just pull the tire right off. I might go up and put one more there. All right, we got her in, got her off the trailer. Came in, did it old style, just went and got some 4 logs, cut them to the approximate length, and throw some 2x4s underneath it. We'll let the air out of the tires in order to get the tire off. So again, the main reason that we thought we were taking this thing off is because we punctured a hole in it, and I'm guessing we were doing something backwards in the water and we hit something that was metal and it ripped it. I have absolutely no idea. But as we came back in and we started to get these warmer temperatures, today's probably got up to, I don't know, it's probably 40 degrees outside. Everything started to melt, and I don't know what that is there. Hear that? I don't think it's possessed by the devil. I think what we got going there is a tire bead leak. So we'll get that done at the same time we get this tire patched and kind of go from there. So I just take 2x4s and I shove them in, or 1x2s, or whatever it is that you have laying around, and then just let it down. And then when you let the air out of the tires, you have more room. And you can just pull the tire right off. I might go up and put one more there. So we got all the supports underneath the Sherp. Julie's just going up, letting the air out right now. Coming down on top of that support. And we have the one that we're taking off, the highest is all of them. That should be good. Another one, that one's like got space there yet. Kind of did that on purpose, so this side's up a little bit higher.
All right, so what you doing there, Dan?
So I think it's the easiest to use an impact wrench taken off. This is a kind of an older one. It's a revolved something or another. It's okay. So what this purpose of this one does is this one is cast too. The other one on the Sherp trailer is not. So old style. I don't remember. This is the one that I had the issue with before.
I was going to ask that question, if this was the one that broke the bead before, because I can see that ring is bent. Right there with the last screw you just... bolt, I should say.
I don't think it's bent that much. It might be a little bit. The one thing I did have trouble with last time is getting the darn thing lined up correctly so they could all fit in. You have to one at a time and then work your way around, opposite of what you'd like do if you put a regular tire on. You do one on, then the next one, the next one, the next one. You don't do them like that.
You don't do them crisscrossy, you do
Correct.
them around.
So look, there's some water in there. So as you're going to see, there's a gasket on the back of here. just a chunk of rubber that's pushed between that tank. So hopefully I'm not going to get
A bath?
There isn't that much space though. Even if there is, there's maybe a gallon more.
Do you know what the materials that rim is made out of?
I mean, this
Yes.
No. I should. It's embarrassing that I don't.
I'm just curious because you said it was cast, and some cast materials can be quite brittle.
Correct, exactly. Let's see how bent it is. That isn't pretty bent, is it? When you really look at it.
Yeah, just the outside is bent.
Now water could come out now. I don't know if it will or not. I'm just gonna get a super screwdriver. I don't want to get all dirty. There's some ice back there. There's just oily muck back, or I should say muck back here from the last place that we were at. That's why I'm not touching this. And there's the gaskets there.
That's pretty cool.
There's the ice.
Oh, look at that. Wow.
Can you open your mouth?
No.
We're gonna go through that in an environmentally friendly place.
In your driveway?
There we go.
So that's pretty cool. You can see how the tubes are there to fill up the tires. I couldn't comprehend how that worked before.
And then on the inside of that, there's a another gasket that's on the inside. You just put a whole bunch of oil on, grease, whatever. World's finest lubricant, for sure.
Aero Kroil, perfect stuff.
What you do is you drink this at least twice a week.
And it keeps you well lubricated.
Yeah. Stuff's hard to get, I believe. Do you know that?
Oh, I've never had trouble getting it.
Where did you get it?
Well, through work.
Yeah, that's why. That's cool.
I love it.
That is so cool. So we were able to break up these bolts, break them off with a fairly large socket wrench along with the pipe and an extension, but it was a two-person job, so we just run them off. And we got the legendary Culver's cups like everybody always keeps. Culver's. Place where you get all your cups for at home. Julie likes that. That's what I use for my regular coffee cups at home. Excuse me.
Water cups. Well, it's just like changing a tire in your car.
Fits through there.
I'm just showing the hub and all the, what is that, Permatex you put on there? For that other seal. All right, what do you want to show?
Well, this I think is going to give you a much better picture of that whole seal that's right there.
Okay.
So right there is the gasket that's on the right, on the outside. And then just, you know, put the Permatex crap on the right outside here. We'll clean all this up really good.
Yeah.
And we put it back on the trailer.
And you clean up that O-ring as well that's in there?
Yeah, I just fill it full of grease.
Yeah.
Hey everyone, Dan here from Sherp PT. We just took this tire right here. As you can see, it's pretty easy to actually move these things off of the back of the Sherp right here. And why did we do that? It wasn't because we wanted to. Unfortunately, I got a gash on the outside of the tire, and it looks like as the tire was in reverse, that something hit it and just gouged it, almost like a huge knife. I have no idea what it was, but just immediately before that I noticed that it was running a little bit different, we were backing up onto the ice, and in the place where we were doing that, it was fairly shallow, and I believe what happened is there was some type of sharp metal thing or something in the bottom there that just hit that tire. Other possibility is when we were going through the woods, just before that, is we actually had something stick through there, and then it just fell off while we were in the water. I'm not exactly sure. Now, normally, operating the Sherp, you would know that right away because you would see that difference in the pressure gauge. But for some reason, my pressure gauge, it's like sticking. I think the tube that leads up to the pressure gauge, right where it's into the whole system that, you know, is connecting all the tires, there's just a little piece of crap there that's acting like a flap, and I think that's what's making it cause a problem. So, that tire, can I repair it? Yes, I'm going to try to repair it. I'm going to try to put a patch on the inside. But as you've seen, when that tire is like this and it starts to kind of break down and you loses air pressure, it's putting a lot of stress on that place where that tire patch would be. And so over time, I don't think it would last. And it's not something I want to do when I'm in the middle of nowhere, is take a chance on that. However, I could take that and put that on my Sherp trailer, because this tire pressure is basically the same all the time. I'm not letting it out. And normally when I've been using this so far, I've actually put quite a bit of pressure in these. I mean, this right now is probably a good 1.5 pounds of pressure in there, so this tire is not flexing a lot. And if you remember back again, I thought about this whole thing. I wasn't thinking Ukraine was going to happen or anything else like that, but I wanted to have a backup plan in the event that I would get a hole in the tire. And I also wanted to, because I have, I think, like 280 hours on this Sherp, I believe, so far, maybe put on new tires because these ones were wearing out. Well, they're not necessarily wearing out from a vertical standpoint. What's happening is on the outside of these tires here, the edge is just wearing off. I don't know if that's having a big difference or not, but my thought was to take these tires off and put them on the front so I could have more grip when I was coming out of the ice, out of the water onto the ice, getting back up. And the fronts, to me, are the ones that I want to get first, because I want that thing to pop up on top of that obstacle and then pull it over the top, not so much the back tires. So what the plan today is to take off this tire and rim and the tank, put it back there, and take off this tire and put it on the front here. Then we will come back to this tire and remove the, I don't remember where I put it. Someplace near I have a patch on it that I put on, is take off that patch and then get a patch put on the inside. But what I also did with this tire, and it was probably one of the times when I just whacked something up there, I don't know, but I broke the bead, and I think I broke it right there from the way that it looks. So I've got to reseat this bead too. So I got to do a couple of things on this tire. So again, I'm just going to zip these on just a little bit. So I skipped a couple of parts here. Rather than bore you, what we did already is I took that rim off already on the outside, and then I took out the gas tank. Then I put the rim back on the outside of that tire, putting those bolts back in there to make sure that I would not lose that seal in the tire onto the rim. So I don't want to have to recaulk that again. That's why I'm tightening this up again. I was unable to use the impact wrench to get those lug nuts loose, so Julie and I did it with a great big huge ratchet along with an extension on the end of it. Those buggers are torqued down to 300 foot-pounds, so it is very, very difficult to get those loose and to tighten them up. That could be a challenge if you were out in the field. I'm not exactly sure how you get that done. Probably taking a log or something and then taping it onto a wrench and using it somehow like that. But hopefully it'll never happen to me. I've shown you some other videos, but in the other videos, unfortunately, I had the tire on. And what I had to do was actually grind off some of that to be able to fit this in between there and be able to get it on. So while we have this off right now, might as well grease the darn thing, right?
We have to get rid of all this excess Permatex that seals the tire to the rim. And by using a little paint scraper, we can get the bulk of it off. But it's still kind of a pain. And we found later, by using a 3M scrubby with some acetone, cleans it up real nice. Here's an area that I already did.
Gonna have to cut this video off a little bit early. Part 2 coming out real soon. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe to the channel. Click that like button. Make some comments. Hope all's going well. Take care. Bye-bye.